the historical perspectives in psychology. So the ancient Greek contributions were the first initial contributions in this subject of psychology. So Aristotle, he was one of the earliest contributors, and he wrote about different topics such as emotions, memory, perception, and the nature of the mind as well. So when I talk about the nature of the mind, a very important term is mind-body dualism. Mind-body dualism basically means that our body and mind, they are different, separated, distinct entities, and they are not one whole. Okay, they are two different entities, but they interact with each other, affecting our behavior. So mind-body dualism means mind and body are separate, but they interact with each other and affect our behavior. This was introduced by René Descartes, who was a French philosopher. So this is a very important term, mind-body dualism, and remember the name who introduced it, René Descartes. Now, the founding of modern psychology was done by Wilhelm Wundt, and he was regarded as the father of psychology since he established the first psychological laboratory in Leipzig, which is in Germany. And this happened in 1879. So you're supposed to remember the date, 1879, where it happened, University of Leipzig, Germany, the first psychological laboratory, and who did it? Wilhelm Wundt. Okay, and this is the event that started the discipline of psychology as a scientific discipline, rather than, because before this, psychology was studied as under philosophy. Okay, it was not regarded as a scientific discipline. So after this, it was first ever time it was regarded as a scientific discipline. And Wundt's approach was known as structuralism. What structuralism deals with is focusing on breaking down the consciousness into its basic elements and analyzing them separately. And he focused on introspection. Introspection was something that he focused on a lot. Before this, I would want to give you an example of mind-body dualism because it's very important. So, mind and matter. Mind and matter. Okay. So, mind refers to the mental phenomena like our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, our sensations like visual, auditory, tactile, gustatory, and the physical means physical entity means the table, the chair, rock, everything. Okay. So this is the mind-body dualism. Now the structuralism introduced by Wundt, it basically means that it is a term that refers to theories such as in social sciences and humanities, where they share this assumption that structural relationships between the concepts, the structure of the concept, and it varies. The concept varies between the different cultural languages, and these relationships can be usefully explored and exposed as well. Okay, and it basically is studying about the concepts in a structural network in different structures. Okay, this is what structuralism means. So this is what structuralism basically means. Now the next is psychoanalysis, which was introduced by Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud, he was an Austrian neurologist, and he was the most influential figures in history of psychology. And he developed the theory of psychoanalysis, psychoanalytic theory, very famous, and he emphasized on the role of unconscious mind. He focused on unconscious mind in shaping our behavior and our personality. And Freud's ideas, they basically revolve around ego, superego, and the 10 to 11 different ego defense mechanism, which was actually introduced by his daughter, Anna Freud, and his free association, self-introspection, dream interpretation, all these mechanisms, and they had a profound impact on the field. He was also known as the father of normal psychology, because psychoanalysis basically deals with aggression and sexuality. So these were the two things that he thinks dominates our personality. And repression, which is forcefully forgetting and pushing various memories that we have into unconscious mind, which later manifest into different dysfunctional behaviors. So this is the concept of psychoanalysis according to Sigmund Freud. And ego plays a very big role in this. And it is basically the pleasure principle, ego is the reality principle, and super ego is the morality principle. That is what his concept was. Okay, so the next would be behaviorism and B.F. Skinner. So B.F. Skinner is an American psychologist, and he played a key role in developing this behaviorism. It comes under behavioral psychology, and he focused on the observable behavior. His focus was completely on observable behavior and the principles of reinforcement and punishment as well. So reinforcement is basically a behavior that is conditioned in a way which increases the number of times a behavior occurs. And reinforcement can be positive as well as negative. And punishment is decreasing that behavior, or until that behavior becomes extinct. So he conducted, and his concept was basically that behavior can be learned and unlearned. So learning the behavior can be done from reinforcement, and unlearning can be done from punishment. So in this cage, you can see there is a rodent, and what he wanted to do is, if the rodent wants the food tablet, the rodent has to press the lever, only then the tablet would come in the dispenser. So after a lot of attempts, the rodent finally discovered how to pull the lever, how to press the lever, and learned the behavior. And every time the rodent wanted the food, he pressed the lever. So after trial and error, after a lot of struggle, he finally learned the behavior. So it was reinforced, and he used a lot of reinforcements as well. And as it is written over here, that it is the operant conditioning which he used in his experiments to demonstrate how behavior is influenced by its consequences. So if the consequence is favorable, the behavior will be repeated. If the consequences are not favorable, are negative, the behavior won't be repeated.